Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous episode of Theater Talk at 3 o'clock. As usual, I've got wonderful guests with me here. Yuki and Michelle, how are y'all?
Great, how about you?
Good, good. Excited to talk to y'all about all the wonderful things that you have going on, because there's a lot.
Yes, there is.
There is a ton of stuff, but okay, before we get to that, folks, that's a little teaser. We're going to have a lot coming up. Let's talk about SAPAC itself and the mission, and of course, we've got St. Angelo Gives coming up.
Yes.
So I think the most important thing when it comes to SAPAC, I've been doing more research on the organization, and when you look at a map of West Texas, we are the only nonprofit venue for performing arts within 100 miles. And even when you think about Wagner Noel and the Buddy Holly Hall, those are not nonprofit organizations. They're run by for-profit venue managers, and we are local, here to support our community and the surrounding areas. And I think that's a very powerful thing to know about SAPAC, because I think when we look at our mission, it's really to enrich the community and provide a venue not only for touring shows, but also for community partners.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And who wants to drive anyway with these gas prices? Why not just stay here?
I know. There's so much to offer. And it's really cool because we get to step up for our kids and be there in a way that we're going to be here tomorrow. And that'll lead into SA Gives. But for sure, this is one of the ways that we get to do this is every step we make today affects tomorrow. And we're keenly aware of that on our staff. And so we're here to advocate for the future for theater arts and visual arts, comedy, film. Yeah. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a perfect segue actually to go into St. Angelo Gives, because it is about the future and making sure that we have this, we keep this here.
And I think just this year, coming out of the pandemic, we have had so many school programs at the elementary level, high school level, and even university level in our theaters. And I think that's a really powerful thing, because we're not only providing young people an opportunity to play on a grand stage to get experiences that will hopefully inspire them to pursue the arts further, but it's also a wonderful place to hold special events. Like tonight we've got Dancing with the Stars at the Murphy, and that's going to be an amazing show. The third year in a row at the Murphy.
I'm so excited for that. It's going to be amazing, and we're going to stream it. I can't wait to watch it.
Yes. And
phenomenal.
How it affects us with St. Angelo Gives is our SAPAC needs to be a rite of passage.
Yeah.
We just recently had a conversation with my mother. She was there in second grade in 1955 to see Elvis.
Wow.
Or 57. 55 or 50. She was there in second grade. And her mother, father, and sisters were there with her.
Wow.
And it was so cool to hear how this rite of passage of the Murphy, we keep passing the torch. And so we need to be sure to ensure great program for the future, new acts that people are incredibly excited about, and just to let people in the future walk through those doors just as we have. It's very important to St. Angelo. Everything from the architecture of the building to the content that we create, we put forth for everybody to come and enjoy. And so that's a huge mission for us.
Exactly. Yeah. And you mentioned, just the beauty and kind of the majesty, really, when you walk inside. And
we're so blessed to have this place and space to call St. Angelo's own community theater. I mean, it's our theater, so we need to take care of it. It's not just community, but we have a lot of different things that we do and coming up this year. Yeah. So it's going to be great. We're having a great time so far.
That is phenomenal. Yeah.
And I think when we talk about SAPAC into the future, it's maintaining the facilities, ensuring that we have the state-of-the-art equipment to put on productions and provide the services that local artists, touring programs need to have a wonderful experience for the audience.
Yeah, and what it takes to put on a show.
I was about to say, let's get into that a little bit, because you mentioned maintaining the facilities and making sure you have the equipment. There is so much that goes into putting on, a show when these folks come in from Broadway and everything. So let's talk a little bit about that and kind of break it down for folks who may not be, maybe they've never volunteered yet to help set up. But just walk us through that.
So for like every production, there's a technical writer that we have to be able to meet when they put on the show. So that's anything between having freelance personnel to do the stage load in, set up, and then load out for the end of the program. That can range anywhere between 10, 15 people to 40, like we have
Yeah,
at South
right.
Pacific. And it's a great way for people to get experience with larger stage productions, to see how it actually works in a theater. And for the longest time, we were not able to bring in Broadway shows until we got the renovations in place, because a lot of touring programs had gotten so big that what we had in the past was not able to support like 5 semi-trucks of downloaded equipment. So from that standpoint, there's a lot of work that goes in, and we have a small staff at SAPAC. We have about 8 employees, and we do a lot of heavy lifting between my tech director, our facility maintenance manager, and just this box office staff, rallying the volunteers to make sure that the front of house operations is seamless, and that we take care of our patrons for every show, and we provide the best experience possible, so that way people get excited about the show that they're in and any shows that are coming up.
Yeah, and like that takes money. It takes donations. It takes all of that.
And it stays sufficient.
Yeah.
But we have to also look at leveling up in the future, and we keep leveling up, and we need to stay competitive with other theaters. We need to stay competitive with accepting the great shows and the shows San Angelo wants to see. We need to be able to provide that, and so much of that goes to, all of our donations go to forward thinking in a lot of ways. Yeah. We're trying to build this great endowment. And it's important. Just as the Murphy was renewed, SAPAC has to keep setting reset and renew, and so we can keep leveling up and bringing great shows.
I think one of the main things that we have to think about is, caring for the facility. It's like anything. It's like when a city puts in a new park, what goes into maintaining that park.
Right.
The Murphy and the Stevens Performing Arts Center, it takes a lot of maintenance to make sure that the facilities stay up to date. The technology we update, because something that we bought maybe 5 years ago will reach the end of its lifespan, and then we have to figure out how do we budget for replacements or improvements, and that takes a lot of forethought and knowledge. And we were really fortunate here in San Angelo that we have such a wonderful community that rallied in 2012 to begin a lot of the fundraising, and we have great members in the community now that provide generous support to the performing arts. But over the long term, Yuki has a dream.
What is Yuki's dream?
It's like we need, when Michelle talks about an endowment, right, we need an operational endowment in place, so that way we can support all the arts, without always having to ask for more money. I think that's really important, because when we think about like the National Endowment for the Arts, that provides support to art organizations throughout the country. And we kind of need the same thing here for the performing arts in West Texas, because we can do so much and serve the community here. And we've had well-known people make it. And I think it's important that we continue to invest in the people, the young people, so that they can pursue their dreams and represent this whole region on a national, international scale. I think that is the goal in the end.
We get to keep saying yes, really, and to things that come towards us. Then if we're able to keep it positive and renewed, then when a great big opportunity or even a small one drops in our lap, then we're able to maneuver in a way that's not in a scarcity. It's more of abundance, and we can then operate from abundance in a way that allows us and affords us newer, greater opportunities to keep San Angelo's talent coming back to the city on whatever capacity they want to be here, even short-term, long-term, just for performance, or fall in love with it like I did again and move back. It's important. It's really important to keep that brain trust.
It is. Yeah, and so something else that we've talked about before, this, even if you're not, say an actor, an actress, or singer, it offers you, us, who can't sing, a chance to escape reality, and go to these shows, and so that the quality of life, just that in itself,
I think
is more supportive.
Yeah. So the Texas Cultural Arts Trust, I think it is, they do an annual report on the economic impact of the arts throughout Texas, and I think that's an important thing to know, because the arts are everywhere. If you go to a bar or club on a weekend night, the arts are present. and that's what keeps people here. So we need to create we need to continue investing in the ecosystem of the performing arts here, so that way we have local bands that have an opportunity to become professional. We have an opportunity to bring in shows that can inspire students to pursue something on Broadway or go into film, and then bring money back. Because I think that's a critical thing for San Angelo and the area is like, how do we become the destination of choice for the performing arts in West Texas? And I think we are primed to do that here in San Angelo. And we have great facilities. Like I said, we are the only venues really that can do that in our area.
Yeah, and I'm glad you kind of use that analogy, the ecosystem, because it's a cycle, you know, and so to keep that cycle going is extremely important.
It is.
If we're fluid, then our talent can keep its edge.
Yeah,
that's important for them to be able to come in and just, you know, collaborate and dream and do. It's important.
And right now we have wonderful relationships in the community, and we're building on partnerships with nonprofits, because I think when it comes to the donor aspect and making donations, it's really to help us lower the cost of entry for nonprofits to use our facilities, and people who aspire to do something in our space, you know, local comedians or musical artists, or even like Angelo State University students who may have a one-act play that they want to see put on stage and acted. You know, there's a lot of opportunity, and the only way we can do that while keeping the lights on and our equipment maintained and things clean is really with the support of the community, because you know, so when you think about San Angelo Gives, it's not just, you know, you got to think about it from a holistic perspective, that you're investing in the future of the art economy and enterprising in San Angelo.
It's an investment in our future.
It really is. I was going to say, I mean, that pretty much sums it up. But, you know, if someone is still kind of, you know, on the fence, oh, maybe, I don't know, should I choose their organization, their nonprofit to give to, you know, how would you really, I guess, convince them to choose y'all?
Well, I think it's based on the services that we provide the community. For example, just in the next 2 weeks, we'll have Central Show Choir at the Brooks and Bates Theater. We'll have Central Speech and Debate at the Brooks and Bates Theater. We'll have Angelo State University's orchestra next weekend, as well as the Central High School Orchestra. So we're providing a service to the community and you know, helping organizations flourish, right? I know it is kind of hard. How do we support? And if you can't support monetarily, you can always support as a volunteer. We're trying to grow that program, and just talk about us. Share our programs on Facebook, social media, so that way we reach more people, I think. Because we are a young organization when you think about the all the nonprofits in San Angelo. We've only been around as a facility since 2016. So building that audience back up, it takes some time to get people used to the notion that there's a performing arts center, and it is a nonprofit that's committed to helping the community.
Fantastic. Well, okay, so we got to talk about all of these wonderful things that y'all are bringing in. You know, speaking of the talent, the shows, there's a lot coming, folks.
Yes, and our last show of the season is going to be Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo. I was going to let him say it. Okay, folks. Yeah, we are going to, so we've got several special guests that we're going to bring on, but we're going to show this commercial and talk about Scooby Doo. So here we go. Are you ready? Are we ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Working together, making it better. The new world is ours. If we follow the stars, never say never.
Well, that looks like a ton of fun.
It is. Now, I got to tell you the backstory of Scooby Doo.
Okay.
So Scooby Doo is replacing Madagascar.
Okay.
Because Madagascar was stuck in Europe for their Europe tour, and they couldn't get their props and stuff shipped over to the States in time because of shipping constraints due to the pandemic. So we were fortunate to get Scooby Doo on the calendar, and that is going to be an amazing show for families, and it will be on June 1st right after school gets out for the summer.
Oh, perfect. So what better way to celebrate school being out than going to see Scooby Doo?
Exactly. And it's not just for kids.
Yeah.
There's generations of adults I know.
Yes.
That have grown up on Mystery Incorporated.
Oh, yes. Of course. I mean, it's a classic.
It is.
So why wouldn't you want to go see it?
Yeah, it's like going to see a show this weekend.
Yeah.
By some of our good friends, the Twin Mountain Tonesmen.
I was about to say, Michelle, you look a little different. Just kidding, everybody. Rodney, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you. So, like Yuki just said, y'all have a fabulous show coming up this weekend.
That's right. My name's Rodney Ripple. I'm president of the Twin Mountain Tonesmen, and we are back in the saddle again, literally.
Yes. Yeah, literally.
We've been on hiatus for the last 2 years because of COVID, like a lot of other things have been. And we thought that this show is rather appropriate being back in the saddle. Yeah. This is a Western themed show, and it's going to revolve around a new sheriff in town, a villain, and just everything that would kind of make a Western type piece of entertainment. Yeah. We are performing about 12 or 13 songs that go along with our theme.
Wow.
We've got a guest quartet coming out of the San Antonio area. Their name is Sterling. And they are going to be joining us on our chorus portion of the show, plus they will have their own portion of the show. But it's going to be a really good time. We've got about 28 guys that will be on stage.
Yeah.
And this is anywhere from, we've got a couple of new guys that are actually junior high students.
Oh my goodness.
My grandson, who's a freshman at Wall, has joined us since Christmas time, and it's added a lot of life to our chorus. The chorus has been active since about 1979. Mm-hmm. So, there's some of us that are rather older, some of us are rather younger in the chorus, but we really have a good time doing what we do.
Yeah. Wow, that is amazing. I'm so excited. I got a little bit of a sneak peek. I know several of you Tonesmen, and they were telling me about it. I cannot wait. So for folks who may be unfamiliar with kind of the style, the barbershop, the a cappella group, how would you describe that to them?
Barbershop is basically an a cappella style of music. Mm-hmm. No accompaniment or anything. It's just the voices, mm-hmm. 4-part harmony. And it's basically called barbershop harmony, and it's called that because of the unique way the chord structure and all of this is put together to make the sounds that we make, to make the chords that we make, and if you really listen closely, that's kind of the main part of this is making those sounds and making that music.
Yeah.
And we sing anything from religious music to gospel music to patriotic music, pop, country, western. We have got all kinds of things in our repertoire, and besides doing our annual show, which is coming up this Saturday, we also put on 2 Christmas concerts that are free to the public at Christmas time. We sing out at Wall for a Veterans Day program that's put on by the students. We've done that for 20 years already, and we stay busy.
Yeah.
We stay really busy.
I was about to say, y'all are everywhere.
That's right.
And it's a great example of how important the arts are to the community, because the Twin Mountain Tonesmen are like a local arts organization, and they're inspiring the next generation of young people to join and be part of something really impactful. Mm-hmm. It's become a tradition here in the Concho Valley to go listen to the Tonesmen, and I think if you want your tickets, you can find a Tonesman if you know one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or you can go to sanangelpac.org or visit the box office for tickets, and we'll get you hooked up for this weekend. Saturday at 7:29.
7:29.
I was about to say, we got to go over the start time because it's very unique.
That's
7:29.
right. That's a barbershop thing.
7:29.
Yeah.
At the Murphy Performance Hall.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. So if anybody was still on the fence, whether they want to come or not, what would you tell them?
I would say tell them get your tickets and join us. This is going to be a fantastic show in a fantastic venue. We are so glad to be back at the Murphy.
Yeah.
It's been totally renovated, everything from the front to the back. That has been our venue for years and years in the past, and we're so glad to be back.
Yeah, most definitely. Keeping that tradition alive, and that all the hard work. Let's just tell us a little bit. So y'all practice
Yes.
how many times a week, and for how long?
We practice every Monday night,
Yeah.
starting at 7:29. We run anywhere from 2 to 2.5 hours,
Yeah.
With a break in between to kind of give us a little rest, kind of catch our breath.
Yeah.
But when it comes time for special events like this coming weekend, we've got a rehearsal we had a rehearsal Monday night, we have a rehearsal Friday evening, we have a rehearsal Saturday evening before the show,
Yeah.
and then we hopefully will have enough energy to put on a great show. But we rehearse every Monday night, and we welcome any guy who can carry a tune, who can sing, to join us.
Yeah.
We'd love to have them.
Fantastic. Yeah, so a ton of work has gone into this, folks, this amazing program. So like you said, get your tickets right now. Go get them. Go get them. Okay, so speaking of tickets, Rodney, we're going to do a little set change. We're going to bring Savannah on. Thank you, Rodney.
You're welcome.
And now, Yuki, could you tell us about more about the Scooby Doo tickets?
Yes, Scooby Doo tickets,
Yeah.
just like all of our tickets, they're available on sanangelpac.org. You can also buy them by calling at 325-284-3825.
There you go.
Or you can visit us at a box office, and our staff will hook you up with the seats you need. There's always, for this show, it's a SAPAC Presents show, so
Yeah.
there's a group discount. There'll be discounts for senior, military, and students. So, ask about those discounts. And Caesar, in my box office, he will help you get what you need. And it's always cheaper if you come in person to buy your tickets, because you save on the 10% internet convenience fee. That's the
Fun
biggest
fact.
secret in town. You save
Not
money.
a secret anymore.
And we do, our job is not to, add a ton of fees to things.
Right.
It's to be able to provide things at the best price for the city of San Angelo and the
Yeah.
people in the community.
Wonderful. Well, speaking of one of these wonderful people in the community, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
That's me. I'm Savannah Logston. I am the marketing director for Ballet San Angelo.
wonderful. Happy to have you.
Happy to be here. Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Yeah. So, another genre, another style
So
that is offered.
the ballet has
Yeah.
a children's ballet coming up next
Yeah.
weekend, Snow White.
Yes, I know. I've been seeing the posters. I cannot wait. Tell us a little bit about
Very
it.
excited.
Yeah.
So every year we put on a children's ballet, and the past couple years they've been choreographed by our ballet mistress Victoria Barker, and they've all been fantasy story based. So if you love the romanticness, the flowy dresses, the beautiful atmosphere, or
Yes.
even adorable woodland creatures, then Snow White is the charming show for you.
Fantastic. So, is it kind of the traditional storyline that we're going to see?
It is the
Okay.
cool thing about ballet is that you're not tied to a script, you're not
Yeah.
tied to a specific thing, and you can interpret it how you want. We're all familiar with the story of Snow White, and Victoria has just done a beautiful job of translating those famous beats of the story into dance, but also putting her own kind of twist on it. And it's not scary. So if any kids are out there shaking their knees for that Wicked Witch, we don't have the scariness.
Okay, no, it's not scary. Good. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, and they have a lot of wonderful summer programs coming up
Yeah.
too. So Snow White will be in the Brooks and Bates Theater on Friday and Saturday night. And,
May 6th and 7th.
6 and 7. Got
and
it.
those
Okay.
tickets are also available at the same location, sanangelpac.org. And then they have a wonderful summer program, like I said, coming up.
So happening just the week after Snow White, we have a Snow White day camp happening. So for ages 3 to 6, from 9 to 12, students can sign up and have a little dance session, have a little games, learn a little art, just a fun little day camp.
Yeah.
And then kind of following the tails of that, throughout the summer, we have 6 week-long camps, again,
Wow.
for ages 3 to 6. There is Bippity Boppity Ballet. You can imagine what that's
Love
about.
that.
A Cinderella camp. We've got Dancing with Dolls, where campers bring their own favorite doll from home and then dance along with him that
That
week.
is so cute.
And then the last one is Princess in the Night, based on the Don Quixote ballet. So the fun thing about these camps is that it introduces famous ballets like Cinderella and Don Quixote in an accessible way for that young age group.
Yeah, and so I was about to say, so these are youngsters, you know, so they're for folks who may have never danced before, right? No matter
Yes.
what your skill level is, you can go to these.
And the camps aren't necessarily dance focused.
Yeah.
Dance is a big part of them, but there's also a fine arts portion where they do little art projects.
Nice.
They have a lot of little fun, messy games that they play, so it's a lot of fun.
That sounds like a lot. Can I go to these? I know I'm too old, but can I?
Sonora,
I know,
I'm sure
I know
you can
some people.
you
I can
can-
swing that.
cover it as part of the news.
Yes, there we go. And
Yes.
then do the activities.
Tell the story.
As I'm
Yes.
done. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I mean, there's so much going on. Do y'all have anything else? Do you want to mention anything else? Add anything else?
It doesn't stop.
I was about to say.
It's like the song, you know, there's no business like show business like no business I know. And there isn't, other than maybe the Army, which is a lot similar to show business. In terms of major operations, long range planning,
Yeah.
you know, it is, I haven't had a boring day yet in
I was about to
the
say,
job.
have you slowed down yet?
No,
At all.
and the train is going full speed into 2023.
Wonderful.
One thing I'd
Yeah.
just like to tack on is leading up to San Angelo Gives. BSA, we're actually having this kind of virtual dance challenge.
Oh.
So in addition to the fun giving that everybody is having on that day, we want to create just an online dance challenge for people to, you know, bust a move.
Yes.
So just want to put it on everybody's radar that the hashtag BSA Your Move. Take a video of yourself doing your best dance and challenge your friends and family to bust a move too.
I love that.
And that's also an important thing is most of the performing arts groups in San Angelo are nonprofits.
Right.
I think Twin Mountain Tonesmen are a nonprofit. Ballet San Angelo is a nonprofit. B Theater, San Angelo Broadway Academy, Angelo Civic Theater, San Angelo Symphony.
Yeah.
These are all nonprofit organizations. And even the visual arts, right? Art and Uncommon Places, Museum of Fine Arts. So, you know, if you can't give to SAPAC, try to find somebody that you can contribute to because it all just helps the community
Right.
in such a tremendous ways through camps, through education, through experiences. And I think on San Angelo Gives, there are a number of fun events. I think B Theater has Bad Improv doing a
Yeah.
free event. You can check out the museum for the ceramics.
Yeah.
So there's just a ton of things. And that's kind of how we, in our own special way, kind of give back to the community through the arts. And, you know, it would be a really gray, depressing world if we didn't have the creatives to transform the landscape into something vibrant and full of life.
Yeah. Oh, agreed. I can't top that, folks. So that's what we're gonna call it, and let them get back to work, guys. Thank you so much for coming on and telling us all about these wonderful things going on.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, and thank you for watching. That's all the time we have for right now, but we'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody.